Good evening, PreAlgebra. How are you all? This is my very first video, so let's go ahead and take a look at how to do some distribution together. So what we got here is the example 4 times 3x plus 2y, and here's the key piece. The parentheses do not mean multiplication. The parentheses only mean to group. The multiplication exists right here between the 4 and the parenthesis. And so that unwritten multiplication is how we know that that 4 out in front is being multiplied by both the 3x and the 2y. So the shortcut, the way we're able to show that the 4 is being multiplied and kind of show our work that way is to do the little arc that goes from the 4 to the 3x and the 4 to the 2y. So that multiplication then is just 4 times 3x. So when you do that 4 times 3, you get 12. So you have 12x. And then you do the 4 times the 2y. So 4 times 2 is 8. Now, I should warn you guys, I'm doing this with my finger on my touch screen computer. So if everything looks a little wonky or like there's some bad handwriting, that is absolutely what's happening. So let's go ahead and take a look at another example here. We have a negative 2 for our second example here, being multiplied by x minus 3y. So, exact same thing as we saw before. Right here between the 2 and the parenthesis is that multiplication. Now, I'm writing both of these numbers in front of the parentheses, but they don't have to be in front. Multiplication works reading it from left to right as well as right to left. So because the 2's in front doesn't make that multiplication either. The negative 2 could have been written behind here, and it still would have counted, and all the steps would be the exact same. So let's go ahead and do that multiplication then. The negative 2 is being multiplied by x, shazam. The negative 2 is being multiplied by the negative 3y. So we're able to do that multiplication. Negative 2 times x, well, we already know that there's just the invisible 1 in front of the x. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. And the x is still hanging out. Negative 2 times the negative 3, because we count the symbol to the left. So we're reading that whole number as a negative 3y. That negative also counts as a subtraction sign. It's doubling up there. It's counting as both. Negative 2 times negative 3. A negative times a negative is a positive. So we have a positive 6y. And ladies and gentlemen, those are our two examples here. We're just doing that multiplication, and what's outside of the parentheses is being multiplied by everything inside of the parentheses.